Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Harrah's Hoosier Park here in the Dan Patch studio. Michael Chamberlain and Jacob Reinheimer, the Road to the Derby Challenge, hitting its penultimate week. And Jacob, a big week this week because we have the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby, two races which historically have produced Kentucky Derby winners.
Yeah, this feels like the big one on kind of the lead up to that Kentucky Derby. Just a monumental week with these two races. I know we still got the triple header next weekend,
Right.
but this is the one I really hone in on where I feel like we're going to watch the eventual Derby champion.
Well, even last year, don't forget, Sovereignty was the runner-up in the Florida Derby and went on to win the Run for the Roses the first Saturday in May. Right now, we're going to focus on the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby from Oaklawn Park. It's a field of 9 going a mile and an eighth, a Grade 1 event with a purse of $1.5 million. The 3-2 morning line favorite is number 6, Renegade. Second choice at 5-2 is number 2, Silent Tactic. And the third choice at 5-1 is number 9, Litmus Test. And those horses do feature prominently on the selections, as we'll put those up and take a look here. You're going to stick on the Renegade bandwagon, which I can't fault you for. It's certainly a horse that a lot of people have been talking about.
Yeah, this is a race where I was dying to get a little more creative than I did at the end of the day, but I just didn't see any way around him. This is a horse I think very, very highly of from the Todd Pletcher barn, coming off that win in the Sam F. Davis at Tampa Bay Downs, where he crushed by nearly 4 lengths, just a convincing win. The only defeat in his last 3 starts, that came at the hands of Paladin in the Remsen. Right. So this is just a horse that's getting better with each and every outing right now for trainer Todd Pletcher. I just found it to be tough to beat in here.
I am on number 2, Silent Tactic, and this horse is by Tacitus out of a Gunrunner mare, so we really don't think the distance is going to be a question here. Was the winner of the Grade 3 Southwest, going 2 starts back, and then was second by just a nose in the Grade 2 Rebel, finishing second to Class President after a bit of a wide trip. Had to go 4 wide coming for home. And I do think the 2, Silent Tactic, certainly a horse that merits a very strong look, not only Saturday, but maybe going forward a little bit, because I think this horse is primed for a big effort Saturday, and that could make this horse primed for a big effort 5 weeks hence.
Yeah, and I think it just fits the profile for a horse that's going to look good in the Kentucky Derby come that first Saturday in May. I love how he races from a tactical perspective. It just kind of floats out of there and then comes with one big run at the end. So I certainly think it really comes down to these two. Really tough to separate, our Renegade and Silent Tactic, but I did give the slight nod to Renegade.
And I did put the 9 Litmus Test between the two, as I did throw a little bit of a higher price in there at 5-1. Was third behind Class President and Silent Tactic in the Grade 2 Rebel. And the thing about that is this horse was the betting favorite in that race. Certainly a horse to look at from the Bob Baffert barn, of course, by Nyquist out of a Malibu Moon mare. They're taking the blinkers off for this particular start. Francisco Arieta is scheduled to ride second start off the layoff, I also might mention. And if you go back to last year, this horse was 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, just a length and 3/4 off of Ted Nothy, who a lot of people were high on coming into 2026, unfortunately off the Derby trail very early on in the year. But based on last year and going into that first start of this year, I think Litmus Test certainly could pass the test coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I liked him. I threw him on underneath to round out my ticket. Went to the opposite end of the gate for my third horse. Here's where I threw on a prize with the 1. That's Redland Rebels from the Patrick Biancone barn. And coming off a 4th place effort in the Tampa Bay Derby, it was just so-so. But this horse has the early speed. I think he's going to get some early position. It's just a matter of how much he can kind of hold on to from there. So just from a tactical advantage, the fact that he's going to be forwardly placed, if we get away with some sensible fractions early in this one, I think he could hang on for a nice piece underneath.
My 4th pick is the 5, Taptastic by Tappet out of a Curlin mare from the barn of Steve Asmussen. Won the debut effort on a muddy track going a mile back on March 8th. Got that done as a less than even money favorite, and actually came up the inside to do that too. First start out of the box, come up the inside like that. That's something that's very worth noting. 20-1 on the morning line, and you mentioned those names I just threw out there. You know, Tappet, Curlin, and Steve Asmussen. It's kind of hard to believe you're going to get 20-1 come Saturday.
Yeah, there's a lot of big connections there. There's an Asmussen name all over this program for this Arkansas Derby, so certainly one to keep an eye on there.
So as we will take a look once again at our selections for the Arkansas Derby, Jacob going with Renegade on top, 6-2-1-9. I have Silent Tactic on top, 2-9-6-5 for me. Once again, we encourage you to get out here tomorrow to Harrah's Hoosier Park on the Saturday. No live racing once again, but We are going to start live racing on Wednesdays starting next week. And if you get in here tomorrow and get your selections in, you certainly can watch and wager on all the great excitement from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah, should be a great weekend. And like you said, we got our weekends off for right now. But the first Saturday of May is actually when we start Saturday
That's right.
racing. So make plans to be out here for the Road to the Derby, but then Kentucky Derby Day itself, because you'll double your pleasure with some harness racing action on track as well.
Yes, indeed. So we have 5 weeks to that, as a matter of fact, as we are getting closer and closer to Derby Day every step of the way. Once again, that is our look at the Arkansas Derby for the Road to the Derby Challenge. For Jacob Reinheimer, I'm Michael Chamberlain, wishing the best of luck to you all.